What's up? What happened to my hat? I almost said shirt. I need to get my head examined. What's up, everybody? This is Dead Dodge Garage Live. Jeff R. was the first of the Jeff Mafia in the house. He wins. Someone asked how my voice is. It's actually okay. Mostly. Always bring something to the table, even if it's just crackers. Did I say this is Dead Dodge Garage Live? I don't know. Friday and Saturday, I consumed many throat lozenges and a good bit of throat spray. Yeah. Tonight's libation, Excelsior Imperial Apple Pie. I don't usually like Excelsior, but this one's really good. Yum. Muscle Mopar's here. Rob's here. Yes, my vocal cords are... My voice has been shot since the first Whitewood Funk practice, which was 2 Wednesdays ago. Is the volume quiet? I don't think so. Hang on, let me look at the things. Let me look at the DBs. Hello! Weird. Hello? Ah! I don't know. It's weird. Okay, well, I gave it a little bump. I'm always quieter than lots of other people. The problem is if I get loud, which I do... Huh, yeah. It's not peaking at all, so... All right. We'll give it a little. If it gets fuzzy, we'll see. I have noticed that... Yeah, just yell. I always do. I have found that the levels change from time to time in StreamYard. I don't know why. StreamYard's just weird. Avon's in the house. I saw Avon at the show the other day, which reminds me, if you haven't seen it, did a 3.5-hour live stream from Hollyfest 2 on Friday. There's a burp, but now it's not coming. It's a problem. There we go. Anyway, there's a live stream. So the audio's terrible. The beginning of the stream is really glitchy. The whole stream's kind of glitchy. But, you can kind of get a sense of what my bands sound like. Did any family members go? My sister and my younger brother. My less young brother was watching my daughter and his son. My mom wasn't able to go. Arthur Johnson's first time on the live. Sup? Yes, McLovin may have allegedly sold the Ford already because a guy really wanted it. And Rocket Tom may have allegedly set his leg on fire, which is hilarious. It's not hilarious, but it's a little funny. As long as he doesn't have to have it amputated or whatever. Jeff Hutchins wants to know, did you figure out the 3-3 cam bearing problem? Could it be harmonic balance or damper? I don't think so, no. Yes, Vivian did, in fact, pop in for a few minutes, the show the other night, and she described the band as Backwoods Prog, which I love. I'm putting that at the top of our bio from now on. Because... there was a question of what is our genre. We didn't know, so now we know. No Beret's here. How's it going, No Beret? What's good in the hood? Anyway, Jeff, no. So 3-3 cam bearing problem has not been figured out. I have some guesses. There's no question that the valve springs are excessive for what we're doing, but they shouldn't be extremely excessive. I'm going to see about having the guides checked, the seals checked, and the springs measured, and if we need to make a change, we will do that. There's no way. People are saying coil bind. Well, we didn't bend anything, and we have like well under 500 lift. There's just no way. It makes no sense to me. So anyway, there you go. We're still working on it. But we had the cam checked for straightness. Runout was less than 1,000th. Journals mic'd out perfect. We did have them polished. Randy there at Johnson Machines said they're a little rough, especially number 4, which is the one that had the most damage. So they polished them. But I really don't think that's going to be the magic. So, did I say hi to Believe in Yourself? I don't know. Chris Freemaster also here. Dan Orcutt, I think, had the first comment. Yeah, nailed it. Hi from Alaska. McLovin was second. Chris was third. Hot Shoe was fourth. Paul Steinberg's here. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. B. Pryor? Welcome. Older, not necessarily wiser. Also in the house. Gary Conrad's here. Rob's here, of course. Bobbert also here. Rich Jordan. Skid E440. Tanner's here. I was talking to him in the chat before I came on. Chris Greenhill dropped in to tell me that his daughter buying a 4.7 is still my fault. I'm sure you're right. Which K-car variant will be the topic of discussion tonight? Probably yours. I saw another comment. What was it? Smokin' 05 said, great concert the other night. I watched it all. Thank you. Appreciate that. It was a good time. It was a very good time. The Morning Orange set went perfectly. Whitewood Funk set, it went okay. I did see, Angelo Racino is here. How's it going? Crashes Roadrunner Garage, also here. David 3. Al X the Great. Nice. Dead Cougar Garage in the house. The Brunkster. Plymouth on Plywood, also here. Multiple Jeffs. Multiple Dans. Something about airline food. Stuart Cody's here, also a member. And Patrick is here. Yeah, you got a show tonight. We need a warm-up act. Dust Devil Garage, also here. What's up? Stacy Renner. Oh, slipped and fell on some ice. That's nice. Yeah. Somebody sounds like it was just a bad set of bearings. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. The presiding opinion in the comments was cam tunnel out of alignment. I cannot see how that would lead to the bottom of all 5 bearings being worn. If it was out of alignment, this bearing's here, anything like that, like we should have wear in different places where it's putting tension on the cam in different random directions. And it also should have been hard to spin the cam, which it was not. Mad Mike 8 liked the time travel song. Yeah, the 90s called. I think it was Rob said that left-handed guitarist in Morning Orange is a nut or something like that. He's insane. He's very, very good. Oh, he's got mad metal scream skills. Yes, that too. He always does it. He like just can't help but laugh as he does it, but he's so good at it. It's, yeah. Anyway. Will C's here. How's it going? Tim Harper also here. Tim Harper sent me pedals for the 63 Valiant, which is awesome. Looking forward to doing that stick swap soon. Thank you, Tim. I sent him some adjustable rockers, which he has apparently received. He put a special surprise in the box with the pedals, but I left it in the shop. I'll have to show it on the next Barracuda video. Hi, Tim Jefferson. How's it going? Bill Mize is here, and I know that because I just got a $50 super chat. Thank you, Bill. As always, our biggest supporter. Good evening, DDG family. Gopher Garage just got home from New Mexico. Nice. I drove through there in September. I really liked it. Chris Greenhill's Garage is still trying to get enough subscribers to go to no name. He says realistically they're hoping for 2027. But if you can spare a subscribe button clicking for Chris Greenhill's Garage, please do that. Tom says no one would want to see video of him torching himself. I promise you that is not the case. Martin Adams is here. Thank you, Martin. Appreciate that. Classic Dude Mike says, just rewatched some of your Cornet build vids. How's Stinky doing? I had to push it out of the way to do the LLV engine. It's still out of the way. I have collected, I think, everything I need. I still don't have shift cables. I need to track down a set of 727 shift cables, so 62 to 65, well, 4, because they got to be for a push button. But aside from that, I have like everything I need. Gonna have to have some exhaust built, but yeah. Stuart Cody said, any flooding going on in your area? No, just regular puddle stuff. I actually made a short about it because lots and lots of people have asked or sent me well wishes or all that. And I do appreciate it. As I said in that video, that short, it's nice to be thought of, but we didn't have any flooding out here. We're close enough to the ocean that all that really matters is what the tide is doing. And so unless there's like a super high king tide, it's not going to flood here. Larry Pollard just finished the Ram Charger video. Looks like you have your hands full. Yes. Yes, I do. Apparently we're going to be just fully... I was going to say restoring. That would have been a joke. People really like that. It is 1,000 views behind the LLV video, but 800 views ahead of the Perky video, which did very, very well. So I'm cool with that. Just that. Is it for sale? Hell no. Just that modicum of success guarantees there will be a follow-up. Indirect Jason has had a Ram Charger and Trail Duster. Would love to have another, especially a 3-pedal. Oh, yeah. How much horse ponies are gained from 4-barrel and headers? I don't know, but we're probably going to find out because I can't leave well enough alone. Roadrunner Mike is here. How's it going, Roadrunner Mike? What's up? AMC guys in the house? Something about the blurst of times? Ray Adkins is also here. Mark Bass, any idea how to fix the overheating problems on a 1978 Dodge Tradesman van? Has a 440 high wedge, I don't know what that means. RB engine, I guess. Bored out to 502, well, it's stroked, running about 700 horsepower. That's too much horsepower for a van. Take it out of the van. But if you don't want to do that, advance the timing, maybe? Make sure you have a really good radiator and a shroud and a fan that works. Yeah, Tom torching himself would break records. That's what I'm saying. Debris in the oiling system. Well, we had the block cleaned. Bearings or oil starvation are hot shoes guesses. Oil starvation. The passages that feed the cam bearings come up directly from right behind the main bearings, and the mains look perfect. And it's 5 separate feeds off the galley. So how could that ever happen? No, there was no debris. It was a 100% brand new engine. There is some debris in it now, or was, before we had the block cleaned again. You'd think if there was a block problem, the old bearings would have been trashed, said Jeff Hutchins. I bet you they were. I didn't get to see them. Perhaps they weren't perfectly round. All 5 of them, though? And why wouldn't there be damage on the top? If they were squished this way, right, closing in on the cam, why wouldn't it be bottom and top? Granddad's Junk is here. Loved your band's gig. Thank you. Appreciate that. Core shift would have been seen on the old cam. And again, like it would have been seen elsewhere than just the bottom. Serpent17412 is here and says, that setup makes you, or me, I imagine, love your style more. Jealous of that studio setup. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Everything's a horrible mess right now. There's just gear everywhere because I broke the whole studio down to take it over to Mike's for Morning Orange recording, and then I played a show, and now there's just stuff everywhere. But anyway, we'll get it. Piece back together. There's still only one Dennis. Mark tried to watch the show in Olympia. Yeah, I saw a comment from you once. I was kind of in and out of the comments on the live during the show, mostly just to make sure the video was still working. 5G in the big city, like, I think we have 5G here now, but we didn't forever and ever. When my phone is on 5G in a big city, it just doesn't work. And I thought it was a my phone problem, although it's been the last, 3 phones. I was using an iPad to stream the show, which has cell service, and I thought it would be fine. And it wasn't. I had to switch it to 4G, and then it was perfect. Weird stuff. Dead Cougar Garage says, I doubt I get to 500. Well, make videos and make them good. I mean, that's all I can say. I was just having a conversation with Donnie because the Big Wrench Tech, because he is over 1,000 subs now, but he has not made enough videos lately and has not gotten the watch hours. So now he's got to play catch up on that. He just put out a video on painting his Mustang, which looks like it's doing very, very well. So that's good. And it's a longer video. And what do you know? It's doing what it should. So hopefully that will all work out. But yeah, you got to make videos. In Olympia with hands in the air to get service. Have a great show. That's Mark. Nice. Yeah. So many comments. Build a 413 says Chris Sather. Early ones are 10-to-1 compression, closed chamber heads, and cheap fun. Yeah, sure. I probably will someday. Olympia, the big city? Well, comparatively, yeah. Nice. Doug Stewart's here. Jamie's the guy who made rock and roll happen. Killer set. Thank you. Appreciate that. There's still a potato in my truck. It rode with me to that show. Yeah. Mostly Mopar says, I've found a no-name brand set of cam bearings that had some delamination new in the box. You could peel layers off with a knife. I have scratched the top layer of coating off of a brand new bearing with my thumbnail because it had goofy little doodads on it. Could an overly tight timing chain cause your 3-3 cam bearing wear? Says Jimmy Madison 42. If we had an overly tight timing chain, it could pull down on the front of the cam, leading to damage on number 1 especially. I checked for that. Matter of fact, I just put together another 383 here at home, and the first timing set I had set aside to use for it, it was too tight. It was way too tight. Barely got it on. I wouldn't run that. Nice. Ray is here, and he says, to all the no-name 2026 hopefuls, in 2022, I started in January with 8 subs. By September, the channel had over 700. Get out there and video stuff, then post stuff. Good or bad, no videos, no subs. That's exactly it. That's what I was just saying. You have to make videos, and you have to do it. You just have to keep doing it. Yep. Or what says, have you seen those Ford 300 inline 6 builds where they swap on LS heads? Yes. They cut 2 LS heads in half, 3 cylinders from this one, 3 cylinders from this one. They weld them together, and the bore spacing and everything is like just perfect to drop on the Ford 300. It's amazing. I wonder if a similar swap is possible on a Slant 6. I have thought about that more than you could ever imagine. But even if it is possible, there's no point. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. If you want to turn a Slant 6 into a good 6-cylinder, throw it away and get a good 6-cylinder. If you want the Slant 6 as a Slant 6, leave it alone. You're not going to make it good. There's nothing you can do to make the Slant 6 good. A crossflow head would make it better, but it's still going to be under square if we're talking about a 225. It's still going to have 4 main bearings. It's still going to suck. There's just no point to it at all. AMC guy says, Sleeper Dude recently did a big block dodge where his cam was too big and bound up in all the bearings. I recently did a 440 build where the new cam we got was too big and bound up in all the bearings. And I showed that when I was assembling it. I will not run an engine if I put the cam in and it does not spin freely. If that happens, it's coming right back out. I've had a couple. I've had multiple instances. In fact, I talked about this in a video. I've had multiple instances where you do that and it does spin, but it takes a little effort. You pull it back out and you can see lines either on the cam or on the bearing where the two are rubbing on each other. And I'll go in and clean up with super light sandpaper, shine things up and back in. And if it spins nice, good to go. That cam, when I installed it in that 383, spun nice, or I would not have continued. Yeah, Rooster's shop tried to burn itself to the ground. Thankfully, it didn't. He does have a Hemi, allegedly, with my name on it. Brendan Pixley, can I ship you my Swamp Cuda to get it running? I'll throw in beer and cash. Yes. But I will get it running, and that's all I'm doing, and then it's going back to you. I can't restore a car. I can't agree to build another engine. I can't take any big projects, but I'd love to just get it running. That would be great. Now, you say Swamp Cuda. If it's seized solid, what I'm going to do is try to get it running. I'll put in as much effort as I can fit into one video. That is 2 to 3 days of work, and that's all I can do. So there you go. McLovin put up a link to the merch store. Feel free to click on that and send me money for Dead Dodge Garage merch. I think if you ordered now, some orders may make it. Stickers usually get out really fast, but I can't guarantee anything by the holiday at this point. Last year, they gave me a notification. They gave me a final date for holiday orders, and they haven't sent me such a thing this year. Speaking of new merch, this shirt is not ready yet, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This is the first printing of the Rooster Banana shirt. Now, it looks pretty good at this distance. The problem is, when you get up a little closer, notice everything is all pixelated and dumb. I have to fix the graphics file. And this was hours of work, by the way, to get to this point. Anyway, the original design was for a screen print. So the resolution didn't matter because it wasn't being printed directly on a shirt. It was being, screen printed, painted, basically. So yeah, I got to fix the graphics file. It looks okay on black. It looks really, really bad on every other color. Anyway, we'll get there. Just another job. Chris Sather asked, now that the 69 Charger is gone, where's the Hemi going? Banana. Well, yes. So first off, I actually have 2 426 Hemis now. One of them is going in the Banana, and the other one, the build I was initially planning for the 69 Charger, is allegedly going in a Plum Crazy Purple 1970 Coronet 440 with a 4-speed. Allegedly. That's funny. Jeff R. Yeah, on Wednesday, I completely forgot about this. Oftentimes I'll listen to the Uncle Tony Live on Wednesday, the Tech Talk, and I just hopped in the comments and said, "Hey guys, is this where the party's at?" And Tony said, "You want to jump on here?" So I said, "Sure, I can hang out for a minute," and then I was there for like an hour and 40 minutes. That was cool. I'd probably get 1,000 subscribers with a Slant 6 Mustang, says Plymouth on Plywood. Probably more than that. I got 2,500 from a mail truck. Now, mind you, those didn't all come from just people clicking subscribe through the mail truck video, but that was in it's still getting views, but it's not crazy like it was. It's so close to 200,000 views. It's driving me insane. It had better get there. Anyway, So the video itself, it says 1,500 subs, but in the period that was going on, I'm up like 2,500. So it really is down to that one video. A slant 6 in a Mustang, a slant 6 anywhere it didn't belong. If I could intentionally design videos to get views and internet traction. That's not what I want. I could dream up all kinds of things that would get attention, but I'd rather just do what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? Hello, Clever Raptor. How's it going? Ooh, Classic Dude Mike has an 89 BMW E30. You want? Yeah. What's the iX? 325 iX. iX. 88, 90, and 91. God, those are such good-looking cars. 325 obviously means it has the 2.5, not the little 1.8 that my E36 had. Oh, fender flares. Oh. The iX. For those of you who aren't unfamiliar with the E3325iX, allow me to sum things up in 2 simple words. Fender flares. Nice. That's sick. Yeah. Is it black with the stock wheels? I would love to have that. Does that mean I'm gonna have to drive it home from New York? Tim Squire. Jamie, I built a 360 for my 4x4. Break-in went very well. However, now with over 1,000 miles on it, sounds like a bad rod bearing. I'm being told it's a bad flywheel. Is this possible? So it's a stick shift. A bad flywheel? There's nothing that can be bad about a flywheel. It's a solid... I mean, it could be worn, damaged, warped, but there's nothing like... Flywheels don't crack like flex plates do, so you're not going to get noise like that. Someone suggested on the Ram Charger video today, could it be like a clutch noise that you're hearing, not a rod? No, it's a rod. I sincerely doubt you're going to have a noise from the clutch area that sounds like a rod. I really, really doubt it. I could be wrong. Dead Cougar Garage will light himself on fire for 500 subs, but he can only do it once. Oh, yeah, Patrick responded to that comment. Flex plate or manual flywheel? Yeah, manual's not going to do that. No. Nope. Negative. I do not think it's even possible. Jeff Hutchins has a 98 BMW 328. 98's still an E36, isn't it? I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they were 99 was the last year of E36. Yeah. That makes sense. Yes, Perky has a big black spot. And I meant to clean it at the end of the video, but I forgot. And I still haven't done it. Stinky, Pinky, and Perky plushies. Oh, that'd be so good. Oh, yeah, Jeffrey, both with some ideas there for clickbait titles. Cart 70 says, never be like Whistle and Diesel, build stuff, not break stuff. I love breaking stuff. I have to intentionally not really do it because of him. We'll see. Still has that 68 Barracuda. You could build a BO29 replica instead, just saying. I'm not against that idea, but also I am against that idea. I don't want to do that. I think it belongs in a B body. I do want that car, though. Dan Rhodes, Jamie, was there a 440 that was made, cast, that you couldn't bore out because of the weak metal? Someone told me the high nickel made it weak. No, man. No. Nope. Don't think so. You always want to, Chris Greenhill's going to slant 6 swap a Mustang before I beat him to it. Dude, you're going to No Name if you do that. It's happening. Dennis said, Jamie has 105-ish engine builds currently. You're close. Oh, yeah. Thumper commented about Tanner and Uncle Tony read it. And then I threw Tanner under the bus. Ow. Oh, well, okay. All right. The swampy Barracuda is not seized. It's a good start. Mark Bass wants to see plushies in the merch store. That would be, yeah, Perky, Pinky, and Stinky plushies would be amazing. But I don't know how that would ever happen. It's bananas. Bananas. Yes, Scotty Kilmer did finally have something actually happen to him. Speaking of clickbait titles, his garage caught on fire. Nice. Jeffrey Nunez, 273, watched the concert, brought back memories of the early 90s. You were awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mercedes did make a decent Slant 6. I've had one. And BMW, too. What is your thought process? Bad cams or bad bearings? Neither. I talked about it a little bit. I don't know if you heard it or not, but I am looking toward cylinder head problems next. Yes, the machine shop checked the cam bores. They also installed new bearings and then mic'd them all and then mic'd every journal on the cam to verify the clearances are good, and they are good. Dougster, would you run the exhaust down passenger side of the Crossflow 6? I think you'd have to. What head would you use? I don't know. I don't even want to think about it anymore. Did I miss you pouring lighter fluid on a guitar? I used to play with a guy that did that. Cheesiest, stupidest thing. Yes, the LS300 is amazing. Ray has a friend that has a running LS300, turboed and all. That's sick. Yes, you can cut two LS heads up and weld them together and put them on a 300. It's so cool. David LaFranc says, just like any LS cylinder head fits almost perfectly on a Windsor. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yes, on YouTube, consistency is key. Even if you're bad, just be bad consistently. Tim Jefferson. And I thought exactly the same thing. I looked at that. I looked at the damage. Undersized cam is exactly what I thought. I think I said it on the video. Nope. We had all the journals mic'd. They're right where they should be. Roselle Flowers says, thank you, sir, for your videos. You helped me with my 2000 Ram 5.2 liter. Nice. Happy to do it. Yeah. Jeff Hutchins with a good point there. Yes, I said the bottom of the front cam bearing, but yes, it would also, if it was tilting the cam up, it would affect the rear bearing. Very true. Phil Dodge Fury is here and says, hi all, thanks for the concert. Yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate that. That video is doing well on views. It doesn't belong on this channel at all, but it did well. We had about 50 people most of the live stream after the horrible service issues were resolved. So, yeah. MT Pockets Garage just got home from a 10-hour trip, picked up a 73 Duster 340 project car. Cool. The last of the 340s. That's awesome. Um, 50 degrees in Laramie, Wyoming. I liked Laramie, Wyoming. Mustang with a slant 6, full K member, torsion bars and everything. You would just use a C-body stub. Jeff Hutchins, Jamie, Mopar Trivia, do you know what a hunting gear set is? I don't. To alcohol, the problem of and solution to all of life's problems, says Gary Hergert. Yes, Robert Fitch says, I love your early deconstruction video of the Dart. It was the scamp, the swampy scamp. Did I call it that? Or the salty scamp? I don't remember. From Ocean Shores, especially the pirate flag video. Pirate flag part. It is a great video. I love it. I shared it once a couple years ago. I didn't know who Whistling Diesel was when I made that video. I got comments like, oh, don't be like Whistling Diesel. So for that reason, like, I won't. There are certain things I just can't do. I can't use silly names for car parts that my brother and I have always enjoyed because Derek does it. I can't. It's just stupid. But anyway, yeah. Yes, that was the scamp that Colin's kid kicked the quarter panel. That video was funny. Indeed, we had a clip from that in the Duster video. K Don't Play is here and liked the Ram Charger video. Thank you. I don't know why my chat's being all glitchy. I don't know if that's happening for anyone else, but I'm going to have to hit refresh, I think, because it's being all stupid. Excuse me. Ray with a good point. A loose flywheel could knock. That is absolutely true. And Tom says he's had cracked flywheels, which is interesting. No, I never have. Has anyone ever done a Slant 6 Base V12? No, but I've dreamed of it for years, and I can't tell you how many commenters have told me that I should do it, even though I've been thinking about doing it for years. Raymond Cabell, weird surfaces on your cam bearings via salty fingerprints. No. Nope. Not at all. It's the bottom third of every one of the cam bearings completely wiped out. Fingerprints aren't doing that. Acid isn't doing that. Yes, there's a video of a Hemi Swamped LV. It's pretty good. I didn't watch the video, but it's pretty good. 1414 Sports Ball. All right, I'm hitting refresh on this. Maybe it'll work more gooder. Have you had time to work on the Super D500? No. No, I have not. Not at all. Still need shift cables. I dreamed of it before I was born. Yeah. Fox Can Fix It is here. How's it going? Josh J. Ryan. This week, I will install lifters, push rods, rockers for the first time in my life. Any video you'd recommend that'll walk me through it step by step? 340, hydraulic flat, adjustable roller rockers. I've done that so many times, I can't tell you what video would be best. My 318 build series on Mark's 318 for the 1968 Barracuda would probably be the best, most detailed. Unfortunately, they're not in a playlist or anything, so it might be kind of hard to find the different ones, but the different episodes, different installments. I think... McLovin, do you think you could find the 318 build video where I did the valve gear stuff? I think it says it in the title. I can't remember specifically what I called it, but I think it was the last installment on the engine build before it went in the car, or maybe I did it in the engine in the video where it went in the car. Because I know that was like the last thing I did. I don't know. Maybe McLovin can find the video where I did that, did the rocker stuff. But yeah, I've done it many times. That's the best example I can think of that would probably be what you need to see. 340, 318, 273. It's all exactly the same. I did the same thing in my 273 video, but I put the lifters in. Oh, I had problems with that one. Don't watch that one. I tried 4 different sets of lifters in that engine. And multiple sets of push rods, and it's factory rockers, but that doesn't matter. Anyway. The McNugget has left us for the evening. See you later. Or what says, at least for me, YouTube recommended the first Perky video. That's how I discovered you. Yes, that video did very well. Everyone loves Perky. Every Perky video does incredible. Yeah. My mom enjoyed the Whitewood Funk show. Also, did I say hi to my mom? I think I did. George Brookins says, you need a two-stroke Detroit. I so agree. I've had one in my pocket. It's a 453T. It's in a tanker truck at one of the local junkyards for a really long time now. My original Ram truck build plan was motorhome chassis, 453T, truck 5-speed or more speeds, and a swept-line cab. And I wanted to build it in the junkyard. I wanted to have several of my friends come out to lend hands and do the whole build in one video in the junkyard and drive it out of the junkyard. And then I got my Cummins truck, and I turned that into a Ram truck, and I can't see doing any of that. But I will put a Detroit in something someday. I love the sound. They're so cool. Tanner's been playing guitar today instead of bass. He felt like making sad songs. Now his fingers hurt. Fretting fingers, yeah. My Mopar home is here and said, evening, Jamie, thank you for the best Mopar live stream. Thank you. Appreciate that. Of course it would be hard to adapt a different head. It's hard to do it on the 300, too. It involves welding. Yes, McLovin, that is the correct video. Spicy 318 build wrap up. Valve Train Science, Performance 318 rocker and push rod fitment, stacking tolerances, etc. That would be the one to watch if you were going to watch any of mine. It has a lot of info that you could probably use for that 340 build. Yeah. Yeah, we checked that. They weren't. So I thought about that. Are they different though? Because they don't really look different. The flathead had weird spacing. There was a gap in the middle like a Jag, but I thought the slants were evenly spaced. No, I guess they are wider between 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 ever so slightly. Oh, and the gap between 3 and 4 too. Yeah. The spacing's a little weird, but I suspect that could be overcome. Stephen Andrews says, as long as it's not the same silly names, referring to Derek and Vice Grip Garage. I think people would care. In fact, I know people would care because I had comments at times saying as much. Vivian has a question about the Hawk surging at cruise, and Believe in Yourself said something about the EVAP system. I assure you a 1961 Studebaker Hawk does not have an EVAP system. Surging usually means lean, yes, but now it's also hard starting when warm and smells like gas after starting, meaning rich. Well, usually what happens with the starting issue is boiling fuel. It's super common with Carter Edelbrock carbs and big blocks. Of course, you don't have a big block, but you do have an iron manifold that's preheated. So could be a similar issue. It even has an air gap, just like a Chrysler big block, and the big blocks are the ones that always do this for me. So your hard start issue, I don't know why it would be just doing that now. Didn't you raise your float levels? I can't think of any change that would have led to that. But every big block Chrysler in the universe with an Edelbrock carb, which is very, very similar to your Carter AFB, of course, hard starts when hot, just like that. You got to crack the floor of the throttle, in fact. Yeah, I think you're lean at cruise, and you have a fuel boiling issue, and you probably always will. You already have a return line on your filter, right? Did we do that, or did we not do that? I don't remember. Hippie Long is looking for 2 specific parts for a 65 Barracuda. Ball stud for engine side of the Z-bar, clutch arm that holds the throwout bearing. You and me both. I have not the correct ones of those for my Barracuda. I don't know what to tell you. If you find them, let me know where to buy them. I saw you said Bruges didn't have them. Yeah, early Ace stuff is special and dumb. I thought I had the right throwout. Clutch fork. I don't. It's like an inch and a half or too long. Yeah, undersized cam was exactly what I thought, but it wasn't. Wayne Bazell says it's not good to eat on an empty stomach. Is that true? I try to never have an empty stomach if I can. Steve Bonnie Garage is here somewhere. SE Me Too PT picked up a cool old Fender bass cab for $19.99 yesterday. Nice. How's it going, Ray? Yes, I was in fact shredding the axe, multiple axes. Tanner said he saw that I was playing a Rick and got excited. He's been thinking or reading or, thinking about Rickenbackers a lot lately. Yeah. Yeah, it's my favorite thing of ever. I'm all in on the Rickenbacker life. As much as I like my Fender basses, and I do, it's a Rickenbacker for me. Are you streaming future concerts? Asks Steven. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Mark J says, planning to keep the Ram Charger black. I don't know. Not my problem. Can we check the cam bearings for being out of round? Absolutely, we can. In fact, I think we did. Ever worked on a Jeep Comanche? I was supposed to put a 2.8 Chevy in one once because it turns out those explode. The guy never had the money. We stored the thing for months, and it finally just left. And he was supposed to bring it back when he had the money, and he never did. Yep. Yes. Raymond also loved the Ram Charger video. That 318 will be great in the future. You can bet your butt that'll be a future Engine Wednesday teardown. Ronald Fondren says, thanks, Jamie. I look to you for guidance and leadership daily. Thank you. Happy to lend it if I can. You rock. Looking forward to more 273 stuff. Thanks, brother. Yeah, awesome. We're going to do a 273 build for my brother. I'm also doing a 273 build at Rocket soon. Detroit swapped the boat. I keep seeing shorts of, or whatever the Facebook version of shorts, doesn't matter, of boats in other countries with truck diesels in them, and it's always sick. Martin Adams says there's a 40s Power Wagon in Astoria Shipyard with Detroit. Really? That's sick. I thought about a 353 for mine, but I just couldn't do it. All Classics is here. Looking for a 440 truck oil pan. Anything out there? It's funny how many truck oil pans I've scrapped over the years because I didn't think I'd ever do a truck. I don't think I have one. If I do have one, I wouldn't want to get rid of it. I want one. 8V82 TT. I think I got louder. Silver Series. What a beast. That does sound like it. I don't even know about 82s. That's crazy. Yeah, 8V92. 92. Yeah, it's a lot of engine. I'll never forget one day a Silver Series powered dump truck that some friends of mine bought out of a yard, and they used it to tow a sunken boat on a borrowed trailer out of the water in Westport. They drove by the shop in it, and you can't mistake that sound. Like, that was amazing. My old shop. It was on kind of a main road, and anyway. No, George, 12V149 is a huge engine. The Real RD is here. How's it going? It's going pretty good over here. The Real RD had a comment on the Ram Charger video today about, it was just a list of, not all of my projects, but a lot of them. And so then I added some. Anyway. Seabody Garage would love to find a Ram Charger or Trail Duster in Northeast Ohio. Next to impossible. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I understand. Freckett the Wolf just did the first fire up on a fresh 408, had tons of valve train noise. Pulled covers, every intake pushrod was rubbing. Losing faith in my engine builder. What should I look at to fix this? I don't know the specifics of your situation. I'm going to guess you probably have 3/8 push rods. If they're rubbing, it's either that or you have 5/16 push rods and adjustable rockers, and the length is way off, pushing them down towards the head. I had that exact issue with Mark's engine when I built it. We ended up having to change the push rod length to get the adjuster in the correct position to get the push rods off the heads. And those were stock 5/16 rods. They were also factory heads. And that issue really surprised me. You've just got to figure out whatever your geometric issue is. Because it's something. Yeah, I've that same video that McLovin shared a link to a little bit ago for the gentleman who is putting together 340 top-end valve train stuff. That same video, I believe, is the one where I found exactly that issue and covered changes and setting pushrod height to fix that. And if it wasn't that video, it was the one before it or the one after it. But I'm pretty sure it's that one. Yeah, it's most likely a pushrod length issue. Often Mopars have a healthy range in which pushrod length is acceptable, but it varies so much. Lifter height, cam base circle size. There are just so many variables. Stacking tolerances, that's another thing I talked about in that video. Any new guitars in Nerdland? No, I had to resist the urge to buy this really cool hollow body at the local guitar shop the other day. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Is a truck pan the same as a van pan? Don't think so. Tom says no. Are you going to shave the beard again at 100,000 subs? No. Squirrelitis says, speaking of Ram Chargers, has anyone seen last Thursday's Cold War Motors video on the 92 Ram Charger with the 6PT Cummins? I haven't, but someone commented about it today on my video, which is pretty typical, actually. Oh, yeah, Real RD, the pink car. I don't think of, it's funny because we named the car Pinky. But I never think of it as pink. It's like this weird fleshy tone. Yeah, okay. Old Iron will unsubscribe for like the 37th time today if I don't play Freebird at 100,000 subs. Jeff Hutchins really wants a 93 Ram Charger with a 5.9 liter Magnum, but he wants someone to give it to him. Good luck. Why are we talking about Tommy's Toy Box? That's where Gary Hergert's 440 California Tastic Ram Charger went. Old Iron says, I think the one Mopar that hasn't been on the channel is an 81 to 93 Ram Charger or a Durango. Definitely showed a Durango in a video, a Timer 5, but no, I did a Hemi Durango video. 80s Ram Charger, no, I owned one a long time ago. Nice. Haven't done a K-car based Caravan. Haven't done a Viper. Haven't done a Hellcat. Haven't done a Plymouth Prowler. David's here and says Mitchell found a real peach. Yeah. The price was right. That's all we can say. Stephen McDougall says, it's starting to look like you're doing more life videos than engine videos. I'm thinking you're at that age where working on cars is interfering with your family and music life. I don't know what you mean because I do an engine video every single week, and I have for over a year. Well over a year at this point. And then I do a car video every single weekend. I don't do life videos. I don't even know what you mean by that. Working on cars is interfering with my family and music life. Kind of. Don't play music that much. Did just record an album. I spend one evening a week playing music. That's enough. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Happy Long, what's the list of available vehicles from DDG today? Well, I still have a Scam for sale. No one's bought that for some reason. It's not really for sale either, but it could be had. It's not listed for sale or anything like that. I have a 1949 Studebaker Champ. What is it? What is that? Is it a Champion? I don't even remember. I bought it, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's Champion. Yeah. I bought that. There's a video coming. I will sell it. Still have to work out the paperwork stuff, but don't worry about that. Classic Dude Mike, could you buy guitars, review them on YouTube, and write them off as a business expense? I don't know. I wouldn't, though. I probably could write off a lot of stuff I do on YouTube as a business expense, but I'm too stupid. I think that's a cat. Other available vehicles. There aren't many, really. Someone wanted to buy the Neon. I really don't want to sell the Neon. I enjoy driving it. Just drove it today. But I don't drive it much. I still want to do a track day with it. I think that would be the coolest thing ever. Turbo Car's not going anywhere. Perky's not going anywhere. Oh, someone did say something about traded a Charger for a Perky. I don't know who it was, and I don't know where it went. But yes, I did, and I think it's important to mention at this point that I have made thousands of dollars on Perky ad revenue. It is the one single project that has paid me the most by far. Thousands. I believe approximately a quarter of its value I've made, which is great. I had to work for it, but anyway. Everyone loves Perky. Oh, Vivian's off to run sound for the Cold Sweats at the Brotherhood. Nice. Have fun. I think I saw another comment from her somewhere. I'm sure we'll be talking about that. I do apologize if I miss anyone's comment. I'm trying not to, but, I don't know. I wonder if Tom has a 440 truck pan. It's certainly possible. Could always give Wildcat a call. Or Vanessa, 5-point parts. Full level. Yeah, return. Yeah. Okay. That's why. Yeah. I remember. We talked about that. Okay. Stuart Cody says it's hard to go in the garage and run the torpedo heater constantly. I'm sure it's way colder where he's at than it is here, but man, I get the heaters in there cooking, and I'm lucky if it raises a couple degrees. If I stand in front of the heater, it's nice. Ray asked Jamie, is that clutch fork and pivot ball the same as anything else? It's any early A body, but I think that's it. Seabody Garage says it's snowing like crazy. Yeah. Jay Hunto's Garage is here. Nice video today as always. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lesson learned today, don't buy cheap block hugger headers. Yeah, don't. Is there a 1-inch thick gasket to make up for bad machining? That's hilarious. Hilarious. G Narn Anderson? Rickenbacker is basically the Dodge of the guitar world. Yeah, I could see that. Really good, around forever, but not the most successful or the most popular. I could see that. Plymouth on Ply was buying an LCF 500, maybe. You don't have a use for it, and I don't either, but I do want it. Mope Man 440, did you see the 57 two-door Cornet for sale in Yakima? Yes, of course I did. Stuart Cody says the wife doesn't like it when I bring motors in the dining room. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, Tanner, I don't know. I completely accidentally turned into a Rick guy. I always loved them, but as soon as I owned one, everything clicked and I understood the sound and I went for it. Ram Man, I thought I saw another Ram Man comment somewhere. First time on the chat. Can I use stock rockers with the 509 cam? One more thing. I'm from Washington too. Please quit hoarding all the Mopar shit. No. I only hoard my fair share. Or a little more. Can I use stock rockers with the 509? You can probably. In some cases, you will run into push rod length issues. And in some other cases, you will run into valve float issues if your hydraulic lifters are squished too much. You can also have lifter bleed off. Neither of those issues is great. Running adjustable rockers so you can get to very little preload or none is the best all around. It's the best you could do. That doesn't mean you have to. Oh, and Hippie Long, Rocket Tom did apparently select a buyer for the Valiant. Oh, yeah, Tom did say he does have a big black truck oil pan. Tom at rocketresto.com. Who throws away Dodge truck parts? So, don't hate me, but I scrapped multiple 361s, a bunch of truck pans for big blocks and small blocks, a ton of stock manifolds, exhaust and intake, like so much stuff that I thought, this is all stupid junk. I'm never going to need this when we were cleaning out the old business. And then cleaning out my storage unit, we scrapped multiple 318 cores and like... yeah. Anyway. Oh, Old Iron does hate me now. Oh. But we just became Facebook friends. Ray, I don't know if the clutch stuff is... I know the Z-bar, I believe... I shouldn't say I know. I'm pretty darn sure the Z-bar is longer on Slant 6. I don't know on the pivot. I would think it's the same, but I don't know. The fork, I do not know. Sports ball. Alan reminds me I could sell a 68 Dart sedan with a 360 under the hood or a 1977 D100 that has been featured in multiple videos. Alan is in a selling things mood. Cart 70, what about the yellow neon? I forgot about that. Yeah, the Treon is totally for sale. It has a weird issue starting, but I can make it start with one clever old trick, and then it stays running. It's really weird. Other than that, it's awesome. It's super fun. It does have some mild tire rubbing issues, but it runs great. It sounds amazing. Oh, it does have a charging system issue. I was planning to fix that before actually listing it for sale. But I haven't. If you want the Treon, $800. Excuse me. As is with the mud tires. Brand new battery, brand new belts, brand new oil pan, brand new radiator, brand new bumper I built on it. Like, I almost put $800 into it. I did put $800. I put more than that into it. Whatever. $800 if you want it. And I love the Treon, just so we all understand that. But I'm not going to do anything else with it. The red Cherokee I do still have. I don't really want to sell it because it's like the perfect vehicle. But I'm also probably not going to use it ever, so I would sell it. It's been sitting. It's at my mom's. We use it as a door lock. And I don't know. It needs a brake caliper. That's actually why I parked it. And then I literally, it's not here, so I forget I own it. It's just how I roll. Oh, AMC guy, Rickenbacker being the Dodge of guitars, overpriced and unreliable. Well, it's funny you say that. They actually do have the Rick basses with Rico Sound have a recurring output jack issue, which is hilarious. Real RD, Perky is really interesting. I've noticed. How many others are there? It's a limited number. It's a very limited number. I can't tell you how many there are, but not many. Crash's Roadrunner Garage just got a 49 Studebaker Champion for free. Wow, mine was not free. I probably overpaid or underpaid, depending on how you look at it. I bet your free one doesn't have really nice paint like mine and mint interior that's molding like everything else around here. Oh, you forgot the turbo car. And so did I. I didn't put it on the updated list either. We'll see. What's up with that sweet Valiant of Tom's you revived? He already rehomed it. Any 5.9s you'll part with? No. I have a 5.2. That's it. And the reason it's still here and not sold is because it's 5.2. Which Neon? The RT, yeah, or the Treon. Yeah, I forgot all about the Treon, which is hilarious. Someone was really excited and wanted to buy the RT and told me to let them know when I was done with it. And I haven't done that because I don't want to sell it, but I also don't need it like so many other things here, you know? So, anyway. Yeah, work-life music balance is never easy. I'm not saying I'm good at it either, but I mean, I just don't know what that comment meant with regards to the videos I produce because they haven't changed. I dropped down to doing just a Sunday video almost every week with 1 or 2 exceptions about 2.5 months ago. Well, actually, no, it was September because it was when we were building the Barracuda and I didn't have time to do 2 videos a week, so I just kind of stopped. And the weird thing is, it didn't hurt me only doing 2 videos a week instead of 3. Matter of fact, the numbers kind of went up. So you probably won't see me return to doing 3 videos a week. It's probably just going to be 2. For that exact reason. But yeah, I will tell you that really has helped my work-life balance significantly. Mostly because I no longer have to spend 2 to 4 hours editing on Saturday and Sunday. It's just Sunday. And I can do some of it, before Sunday. So anyway, Tanner says the scamp could easily have deposits made just to solidify future acquisition. Well, let's do it. Yes, Tom said he had 10 different people wanting the Valiant at cost. It did sell. Someone commented on my video today and said, what would it cost to purchase this Valiant that I'd have to do literally everything on? So I responded in a similarly sassy way and told him he's an idiot. $200 for a truck pan? Are they worth that? Ooh, Hank Kimball just got an R9 Les Paul. Nice. I have heard those are the ones. Not in the budget for me. I'm all about the Korean Epiphones and the Tribute series, and I do want a standard someday. But yeah. Yes, Tom's Valiant is gone. I think one of my dogs is wandering around the neighborhood, so that's good. Ronald Fondren, what would you say is the most fuel-efficient Dodge V8 for a W100? I don't know, a 318. LA or Magnum? I don't know. Yeah. JW Cagle just sent me a super chat. I recognize that picture. $4.99. Thank you, JW Cagle. Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a few months. Haven't seen you either. Oh, no. Just got my Ram 1500 fixed, cam and lifters. This is my fault, isn't it? I inspired you to buy that, I'm pretty sure. Mine allegedly makes a little ticking noise at times, but we're not going to worry about that until we absolutely have to. It's really only on cold start. K-car based caravan, you say? I know whose channel you can find one of those on. I think I know what you mean, but also Stay Tuned did it. Tony Angelo's done 2 of them, one on his old TV show and one there. And so I've always wanted to do it, but he's ruined it for me twice. Just like the Turbo Slant 6, incidentally. Jesus Christ. Yes, our dogs were wandering around the neighborhood. That's nice. One of our dogs is still wandering around the neighborhood. Are we making Mystery Science 3000 references? Mystery Science Theater 3000 references? Help! I'm sitting in something wet. That's what I got. Yeah, no Viper yet. That was a slamming door. Okay. I see. She's going to collect a dog. What are we doing? Oh, thought ad revenue didn't pay diddly squat until you're in the millions. Me too, but not so. Turns out it pays okay. Blind Panther. Someone said something about the Pink Panther theme song in a comment on the murder mystery video, and it's been going through my head all day ever since, and I hate it. Kelly Smith's here. How's it going? Who are we sending to the corn? Get control of your animals. Yeah, it's not usually a problem. I don't know what's going on. Old Iron said 3.9 Magnum for best mileage. Yeah. The YouTube powerhouse that is Old Iron 2188 laughs in the face of Stay Tuned. Yeah. Nice. Aren't the reproduction pans, this is KLX 1990, aren't the reproduction pans supposed to be thicker gauge steel than the originals? You know, it seems like they might be, but I don't know anything, really. Oh, truck pans were $300 before the repros came out, says Tom. Interesting. Great fix for the Ram Charger. Tannerite. We'll do that someday. See, Storai is here. Haven't seen that name in a while either. How's it going? Olive's here. So many people are here. Uncle Tony must have gotten off. This is a lot of Uncle Tony names. Josh Homan in the house. Scoop is here. How's it going? Alan has helped my work-life balance, but Alan's been sick the last couple of weeks, so we have not seen him, which is unfortunate. I hope he's feeling better. Nice. Olive said, Uncle Tony crowd incoming. That was a really fun show last week, Jamie. I ended up wishing I had set up sound for it. You know, McCoy's is a cool venue. I really like playing there. They only mic the drums, and it's a weird sound-sucking room, but it's really fun. Anyway. Oh, Steve McDougall. What I'm saying is that you did a 2-hour video of your band. Well, because the friggin' show was 3 hours long. I set up a camera and I hit stream once. And it might never happen again. It happened once. Just seemed like the thing to do. People here like my music sometimes. Titillated us with the 383 video. Why not wait until the block comes back from the machine shop? Because I needed a video. And I figured having a mystery would drive engagement. And you know what? It kind of did. It didn't do amazing, but it kind of did. Harry Lister tossing some Uncle Tony crumbs to you. Thanks. Mark Bass, what are you doing with the Dodge conversion van I saw in one of your videos? That was today's video, and a bunch of people have asked about it, which is really weird. That is my mom's conversion van. By which I mean we got it for, I think she's only ever been on one trip in it. We've done some trips with it. It has been unserviceable for years now due to a clutch and transmission issue. Jesus Christ. I would love to get rid of that van, but I'd have to clear that with management first, and it needs work. So anyway, it's Magnum 360 swapped with a 4-speed overdrive 833, but it's not good. It makes a bunch of horrible noises. So I would put up pictures of an LCF. Good Lord. So I was looking at one of these too. It looked way crappier than this one. It was yellow. Minty. My problem with those is that DeBoss Garage is doing one. They're so cool, though. His, of course, is a Fargo, but it doesn't matter. See, yeah. He also found a D600. Those are hot. I want one of those. I don't know what I do with that either, but I really like those D600s. And whatever. 500, 600, 800, I think, are the ones in that series. Chris Greenhill says, Jamie, you should send us a Slant 6. Problem, I sold them all to Plymouth on Plywood. If you do, we'll swap a Mustang. Not our Mustangs, but we'll come up with one. I'll see what I could do. Mopeman440 says, don't worry, Jamie, the cars I've cut up in the past would make you pass out. They used to just be cars. Excuse me. Gary Miller said, what's up with the green dart at Rocket? I have a blue dart, so you could probably own that, but we still have mild paperwork problems with that. I really like the way you spelled coffee there, Dean. That's really good. James Frank asks, would you consider offering long sleeve tees in your merch shop? I have considered it, and I should do it. Having said that, I make no promises. Steve McDougall, the one that was talking about how the 3D3 video was titillating or whatever, not a complete video. On my computer right now is a 3D3 video, building one for my 70 Dart Swinger. By the way, I'm putting a 3D3 in my Dart Swinger with a 4-speed, and it's going to be sick. I spent 2 weeks filming this video in excruciating detail. I have over 2 hours of footage I have to edit down. It will be the most comprehensive build video I've ever done. It has the most precise measuring, oil clearance checks, like done the proper way. I bought new tools. It has cam degreeing, not only checking it, but having to make changes and explaining how and why. It has so much crap. It has more. Now I'm peeking. It has more. There is more in this coming 383 build video than there has ever been in an Engine Wednesday video or an engine build video that I've done, period. So, sometimes we'll get that. But I can't do that every time. If I have to put out a video every week, I can't spend 2 weeks making it. So there you go. Rick, dual truss rods are kind of like a torsion bar suspension, and they rattle. Which also seems like a Dodge thing. Yes, thank you, Old Iron. Thank you. Why would you pull the 5.9 Magnum out of the rare-ish and cool Dakota RT and not some second gen? That's what I said. But the guy that bought the truck from Allen said, here's what we're doing. Russell J. Finch, why isn't Rocket Resto a member? Seriously. I'm not a Rocket Resto member, so, it seems fair. Let's start the bidding for the Charger RT. Which one? You mean the Neon RT? Does absence make the heart grow fonder? It certainly can. But sometimes it just makes you forget. I was quite a ways back in those comments. Yes, Tom already pays me. I was going to say that too, but anyway. Gary Miller, can't wait to see the new 383 build series. It's just one video. The only thing that I did not get done is I need to measure and order custom push rods for it. But, yeah. Tanner managed to make a video recording take almost a month. I have 4 other videos that I just put in my computer today just to get the footage out of my phone so it's safe. Various videos I've been working on for 6 months. Several that I've filmed just an intro or just, part of it or whatever. There's a lot. Yes, Tanner. Tanner said, it seems Jamie's going to show me exactly how to 4-speed swap my 74 big block Scamp. Yes, I am, and you're welcome. Jeffrey Voth is still writing clickbait titles for me and doing a great job. Plasti gauge levels of accuracy? No, I got a dial bore gauge, and I learned how to use it. Yes, Uncle Tony did slant 6 swap a Miata. It was legendary. Really? Heavens Mopars has a couple of those D600s? You'd think I'd know about that. Old Iron kind of halfway owns a 61 D500. Very original, but garbage. I own the front, not even half, the front third of a 1966 D400 with a poly and a 4-speed. And some bees and a bunch of important pieces missing. Yeah, you could haul tons of snacks in that scoop. God Eternal Chris Gaming. What's the name of the song you use for your B-roll? Which one? There's a solo slide guitar song I've used for many introductions and some, no, usually just for introductions. That's Forever Broke. It's a cover I did of a song from the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. That's the only one that you'd be able to find on the internet. Anything else, if there's a band jamming, then it's something I either recorded myself or it was a jam I recorded with one band or another over the years. Mopar Band 1978. Jamie, don't know if you saw it. There's a group that took Dio's Rainbow in the Dark sounds like it's being sang by Frank Sinatra. That's ridiculous, and it sounds like Richard Cheese. Hell, it might be Richard Cheese. Let's see if Richard Cheese did Rainbow in the Dark. No. Sad. It sounds like something Richard Cheese would do, though. Didn't he do Down with the Sickness? I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Lounge Against the Machine. Brilliant. Anyway. Richard Cheese isn't actually his name. It's the name of the band. But whatever. Alan is feeling better mostly. Well, let us all be thankful for that. What's Scoop doing? Climbing a ladder? Oh, to get a corn dog. Tannerite is Tanner's nickname because he's the bomb. All right. What are we even talking about? How many garage cats do you have? 0. We have 4 house cats and 2.5 outside cats. McLovin might have allegedly bought some Stay Tuned merch to try and win that Gen 3 Hemi Tart. I bought merch from Freiburger to enter to win his Challenger, which was really funny because it was right after I got rid of mine. What happened to the Strat in the background? My friend massively customized that. I bought that guitar for myself, brand new, at the old local music store on my 18th birthday. And my friend ruined it, which is hilarious. Patrick Radcliffe sent me $5. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. The seatbelts in Yoko Kanno are the bomb. Thanks for advice on my motor issue. You bet. And yes, the seatbelts are fantastic. The Cowboy Bebop original soundtrack, OST, is like the best ever. It's so good. Oh, that's funny. I'm not showing that. But Dust Devil sent me a picture of his mouse spat. It's got Faye on it. Isn't that her name? Yes. Yes, definitely. Jeff R. I enjoyed you playing the SG with Whitewood Funk. What didn't you like about the set? Sloppy, poorly rehearsed, and we wrote those songs mostly over a decade ago, and I've moved on from that. I don't want to play guitar anymore. I like playing bass. It gives me the happy chemicals. Guitar doesn't so much. Yeah. Have you ever heard of Dred Zeppelin? Yes. Miss Kitty snoozes at everyone at Olive's house. Nice. 43 is much better than -9. The Old Iron. The overlap of people who view both Dead Dodge Garage and Cowboy Bebop must be a very odd group. Maybe. Oh, the group Fake Music. So that's not a group, that's AI. Probably. Probably why they call it that. I don't believe in it. Is Rooster's post getting weird? I don't even know what's going on. Unsubscribed and resubscribed. Yes, Richard Cheese definitely did down with the sickness. Eat the worm, you'll see a vision. Ray says there's still a couple of D600 tin grills hauling crops around here. Yeah, those are the ones. Swept lines, whatever, fine. But the 70s ones they're just so cool. Chris Greenhill said, one last shameless attempt to get no-name subs. If you subscribe to Chris Greenhill's Garage tonight and say Dead Dodge Garage sent you, you get to tell us to slant 6 swap our Mustangs for life. Okay. Tanner's swinging or something. I don't know what's happening. Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah. When we do the video parting out the Dakota RT, I will be explaining that it wasn't my idea. I voted against it, and I think we should have found something else. But it's hard to argue that everything we need is right there, and he already paid for it. And as cool a truck as it is, it has been kind of wrecked. Nice. 63 Valiant for sale, question mark, from Ronald Fondren. No, I said earlier, you must not have heard it, but no. I will not. I had a buyer, he's literally right below you on that comment. he would have bought it, and I decided I had to keep it. And I made another video, in fact, 2, and I figured things out, and I'm no longer sick of the project, and I've now gotten more parts for it. We're going to 4-speed swap it. We're going to install some gauges so we can get some useful information. Needs an axle swap. That's coming too. Brakes gone through. Front end and steering gone through. Set of tires. Wipers fixed. The list goes on, but the point is we're going to be working on that. And I am not selling it. Excuse me. Poppin' Wheelies had the live show on Friday in the background. Nice. Thanks for that. Excuse me again. Mopar Ed in Tennessee is finally here. Admittedly, still reeling from the middle of night live a couple nights ago. I'm still recovering. My mom still watches Cowboy Bebop from time to time. I almost said that. Have you ever heard of Max Sabbath? Yes, and I've seen the video of Ozzy seeing them. Old Iron is going to conquer No Name Nationals with an anemic 5.2 W150 automatic when he hits 500 subs. Josh is here. Did not have cell service going through Southeast Montana. What are you doing there? Trucking? Alan Pierce is checking in from Milwaukee. I don't know what's happening in this live anymore. Dead Dodge Garage and Cowboy Bebop are similar, but for degrees of jazz. I love that show. Did I mention that the original soundtrack was the best thing ever? I could probably play Cowboy Bebop songs all night if I had to. Granite's Junk. Jamie, how available are flywheels for the Poly? I don't know. I don't know which one you need, which bell housing you have. If it's an LA bell housing or the style they used on LA's as well, yes, it'll fit right on there. Scott Speed Shop has 2 D600s too? Wow. Everyone else has them. It's messed up. Yeah, what Dean said. Yep. The TPAL. Would you trade all your cars for a mint 1970 Chevelle LS6? No. I like 1970 Chevelles, actually, but I like 1968 Dodge Chargers and 1971 Demons more, to say nothing of Perky or any of the other ones I really like. How close is your closest drag strip? Bremerton? About an hour and 45 minutes away. What's next for the Barracuda? The transmission needs to come out and be gone through. I need to change some things. I need to fix the clutch linkage setup. With those 2 things and some shorter slicks, I would be ready to go again. I also need to do some tuning. Muffin Man, I've played that here before. He puts forth. Let me try that again. He puts forth. Some people prefer cupcakes. I, for one, care less for them. Or whatever he says. I don't know. It doesn't matter. NSVMMY. This is a really stupid question, but I got reminded of an FBRX7 when I was watching the videos on the 80s Challenger. Have you ever considered touching a rotary? Considered, yes. I think they're interesting. There's no Chrysler connection there. But, yeah, I mean, I think rotaries are very interesting. That Prince of Foods, the muffin. Yes, shipping does hike the price up quite a bit. Speaking of engine mounts for a 58 Savoy, I got engine mounts for Perky. They were on clearance on Summit Racing for a Land Rover or something, I think. Just randomly found them, and they had 2 left. I've never seen the live action Bebop. I've heard it was poorly reviewed, but yeah. Wicked J3, brand new subscriber. YouTube suggested you likely because I follow Vice Grip and Fireburger and Finn and Tony Angelo and Birdsong. Yeah, that checks out. Nice. Enjoy the vids. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't understand what's happening in these comments. I can't. There's so much. Ray. Jamie, don't get the garbage can Kudo. Too good. What would the no-name thrash be then? Yeah, I don't know. The banana. How many people in here are from Minnesota? Several, I guarantee you. Nice. Believe in yourself. Watches Mopar Joe. Just Mopar Joe now because of Jamie. Good. Thanks. Everyone should watch Just Mopar Joe. He's the best. Yeah. Olive says, live action Bebop had impossible standards to live up to. I thought it was decent, but a lot was missing. Makes sense. That would be like live action Archer, which was talked about in an unserious way at one time. I guarantee you the same thing. Like, there's no way it could be as good. It just couldn't be as good. Dean Stevenson watches Frank Zappa because of Uncle Tony? Is Tony a Zappa fan? Maybe I knew that. RoboStyle's here. How's it going, RoboStyle? I always appreciate your comments on my videos. Yeah. Jeff Hutchins had an 82 RX-7. When running right, it was pretty cool. Nice. I watched Potatoes because of Iowa. Nice. Tim Jefferson is in Iowa. Nice. Dust Devil's trying his best not to have a no-name thrash. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I mean, it got the car belt. That is a great thing. You know, what's funny is I've been kind of considering not taking it next year. It would have to have a 4-speed, whatever does go, because of the 3-pedal party. But I got more. Yeah, if the Barracuda turns out actually too good, I'll build something else. Ever see Zappa do an imitation of a Christmas tree on SNL? No. But I did see that video of him and the guy from the Monkees. You think our music, the music of the Monkees, is banal and insipid? DP Wheeler might be the only DDG follower who doesn't like Freiburger. I like Freiburger. I watch his videos. Usually. Sometimes. Usually. I'm the slime. I am the slime in the video. That's right, folks. Don't touch that dial. Nice. Old Iron won't have the Caravan ready for next no name, but maybe 27 or 28. Ultimate 3-pedal party car. Well, the 3-pedal party is 26, so you better figure that out. I'm also jealous of his Barn Find Super B. I almost emailed him because after he got it, it didn't sound like he actually wanted to do anything with it. But then it was really super successful, so he is doing something with it. Dean Stevenson is at 2% battery power. That's not enough. Plymouth on Plywood is also out. Later, Gators. I'll probably hang out for another 15 minutes or so. I was only slightly late today. I could eat. The TPAL, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Doing exactly the same thing for 4 times as much money. I hope. But it's not exactly a guarantee. Yeah, Evan just... Oh, it's a 900. Wow. Yeah, this was the one Plymouth on Plywood sent, that red one. This was the one I was looking at. And it's a 900, which is a lot more hundreds. It's also rusty. Rusty? Not ideal, but it is down to $1,300, so that's something. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. I remember I've looked at this ad multiple times, but when you get to this, no, I think I'm good on everything that's happening there. Yeah. No. It says 340 gas engine, but it doesn't show a picture. If it was, in fact, a 340 gas engine, that would be quite something. Pretty sure that badge on the side of the hood says Dodge Diesel, but who knows? Obviously, it never should have had a 340. Anyway. Looks like something Diesel Creek would own. Alan is definitely Team Dulcich. There ain't no frickin' fries. Heavy Early needs a Rickenbacker base? Well, I have one extra I'm going to sell. But I think we have a buyer. Yeah, the TPAL. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Pretty much doing the same thing I'm doing. Well, I actually don't know. I might get bored before then. I've never done a job for more than 5 years straight. Clock's ticking. Time's rolling. No, it's really hard to imagine anything better than what I'm doing right now. And I'm not moving. Hopefully my shop is significantly better by 10 years from now. And the fleet is smaller and of higher quality. And hopefully I'm a famous recording musician. Tanner, dude, I want to be the dude who slaps the crap out of a Rickenbacker. In the middle of the Morning Orange set, not even in the middle, toward the end of the second song, I do this slap part, but it's not like actual proper slap. I just slap the strings with my hand, and I'm playing a inverted fourth bar chord, basically on the D and G. And so I slap the E, fret it with my thumb, and then I slap that chord. But I just do it with my open hand. And at the show, I slapped the bass so hard. My hand feels better today, but it still hurt yesterday. It's pretty bad. Dumb, really. Jack Bruce is the best. Was the best. Robert could smell the mouse poop in that photo. Yeah. That's hilarious. Rust is weight savings. Well, you're not wrong. Russ Peters likes, how wrong would it be to put a tall pistol grip shifter in a manual B-body wagon? It would be super sick. Excuse me, I think. I put one in a 66 Charger. You kind of punch the dash in that. But if it's a 68 and up car, I think that'll be better. Okay, all the 800s and 900s have that badge. Got it. That cab's not too bad by my standards. Copy. Freiberger doesn't have a lisp. He has a particular manner of speaking, but he doesn't have a lisp. Have you ever rolled a car by accident off a gooseneck flatbed? Yeah, me neither. Nope. Evan's hunting. Big block. Yeah, always with the big grain trucks. I believe it's a 69 600. I'm going to go ahead and guess you don't have a title if you don't know what friggin' year it is. 5-speed. Oh, that's going to be an MP 540, I believe. Hydraulic dump. 360 commercial. It's 361. Anyway, it's a D70s D600. The pictures are terrible, but Pretty cool. Yeah, there was one of those at the Wren place, but it was all bashed, and the parts that were damaged were the important ones. Fender, grill, front bumper, like all the special big truck stuff. Not good. Anyway. Oh, LCF had that badge regardless of tonnage. Okay. Yeah. But it's not the diesel. Because don't the diesel models have the... I believe it says Dodge Diesel on that. It looks just like that badge, I think. Okay. It's the same badge with the gear around it. But some say diesel and some don't. Okay. That makes sense. I thought that was just on diesel models. I don't know things. 76 D500 in Moses Lake for $1,000. We're going to Moses Lake, boys. Been in the family since new. Dash is completely rotted. Well, that's not great, obviously. Pistol grip column shifter. Good luck with that. What's next? I don't know. Classic Dude Mike has noticed that YouTube car guys end up building a giant shop with wildfire lifts and other cool tools. When are you getting yours? No. Someday I may, if things go to plan, I may build another shop over here on the middle property, but there's actually not a whole lot of room for it, so it really couldn't be giant. It would just be extra. Well, yeah, I mean, they said it had been swapped with a gas engine. It just looked like the badge said diesel on it. That's all. Wildfire lifts. No, I'm just all about the cheapest used ones I can get. I've got 5 of them. I think. Yeah, anyway. Some LCFs came with factory Perkins. Yes, they did. What are people doing with these titles? Everything on Marketplace has no title. Are they burning them to keep warm or what? I got a W500 once that the title had literally burned up at my friend's house. ATF in gas apply as Marvel. I don't know what that means. Jeff Hutchins needs some of those old Dodge diesel emblems. You and me both, pal. I'd love to put those on the ramp truck. How about a vapor blasting cabinet, asks Poppin' Wheelies. That would be cool. Sounds expensive, though. You need a commercial yard with a paved yard and a large building. Yeah, I've thought about paving this yard, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Actually, if I had my druthers... Okay, if in 10 years I'm somehow a YouTube gazillionaire, there is an old dealership. It used to be, was it Lawson Buick? I don't remember. Losson or something like that. Yeah, anyway, it then became Aberdeen Honda and then Honda of Grace Harbor. And now it has closed, so it is an empty dealership. It has a really cool glass display area. Where they just had their waiting area for the last many years. But there used to be a really cool vintage little goofy Honda in there. Anyway, if I had a gajillion dollars, that place has a paved lot, giant shop, of course, with all the bays ever. There were like 10 lifts in there. A wash bay, all the things. And then that showroom, and I would fill it, and it would be amazing. But I would need so much money to do that. Yeah. What's on the agenda this week? Yeah, good question. So this Wednesday, I have a lot of editing to do. 2 hours and 13 minutes of raw footage for the Dart 383 build. So I have to edit that. How's the hand after slapping your guitar? John Smith got it. It's better today. But it still hurt yesterday quite a bit. Old Iron uses titles for paper mache projects. Jimmy Madison, I am all about that generation of fastback Barracuda. I do not like the notchbacks. I know a lot of people prefer them. It's not my look. The notchback looks like there's not enough roof to me. But anyway, McLovin put up a link to the Discord. If you are not in the Discord, feel free to click that. See you later, Olive. Thanks for being here. Poppin' Wheelies asked, how much has the ultrasonic cleaner changed your life? So much. I did this whole 383 build without it, though, because I couldn't be bothered. Can you play some blues? I will play some blues. Give me a minute. Yeah. Anyway, so the 383 build's coming Wednesday. Lots of editing to do first. Lots of editing. So much editing. This weekend, we will either get 63 Dart GT video, Toolbox Charger video, Fastback or no back. That's right. World famous YouTuber? Almost famous rock star? No. You can do it, Ozzy. Rip his freaking head off. C60 is awesome, but I don't know that. 63 Dart GT engine install is coming. An engine compartment restoration. Toolbox charger. Rear end shifter fix and gauge swap. And what's the third one? 1949 Studebaker that I now own for some reason. But the charger is on the lift, so that's going to come before the Studebaker. Maybe next week we'll be pulling an engine out of a Ram charger. I don't know. I can tell you we're going to do 2 small block 4-speed Ram charger videos, engine swap videos in the coming months. Wendy English is here, a little bit late, but glad you joined us. Robert Fitch has a hankering to hear some slide guitar. Hey, yo! Adrian! Stuart Cody is going to watch the Ram Charger video after this live. Thank you. I think it's pretty good. It's got some views, I can tell you that. Let's see where we're at. Where are we at? 19,200 views. That is pretty good for me. It's not LLV good, but it's better than the next best, which was the Super Duper 6. Dude, Old Iron, that's so funny. I almost recommended exactly the same thing. The one in the brown was just a little tired. It's not horrible, but it's tired for sure. Could you take the engine out of the brown Ram Charger and put it in the black one? I kind of want to. But it's going to need gone through too, so. Crap. Come back to me. I can do better. Dang it! What is going on here? Something's wrong. Is that a purpose-built guitar slide? Yes. Have you ever played a lap steel? Very easy to sound like crap on one of those. Yes. I got that thing quite a while ago. I fixed it. I was going to play it in a live stream, and then I realized how horrible it is. Dang it. Where is it? Whatever. Doesn't matter. New intro tune for the channel. I've used this one as an intro tune. Did my sister just get here? Old Iron, I'm also surprised an M880 hasn't been on the channel, but I've never touched one, so yeah. See you, Dan. I'm bored. See ya, Space Cowboy. Keep warm, folks. Yeah, do that. Yeah, Daniel, thank you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Hello, Alex the Great, and goodbye, because it's about that time. I'm a hungy. Don't forget to tap the like button. Yay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. My arm hurts. And we're adjourned. Yeah, see you in the comments. See you next week. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the super chats. Bill Mize, Patrick, JW Cagle. Appreciate that. Now go away or I shall taunt you a second time. Okay, thanks again. See you later. Gotta make dinner. Bye-bye. Appreciate you.